I love this question. How to boost a man's ego. Sit down. Women keep saying, don't feed a man's ego. But if you actually understand masculine psychology, you'll realize that his ego is the switch that activates his masculine energy. And that's exactly what you want. Let me tell you something most women misunderstand about men. A man's ego is not just arrogance. It's not just his pride. A man's ego is actually where his masculinity lives. It's where his sense of competence, respect, purpose, and value as a man comes from. And when that part of him feels respected, men naturally step into their masculine role. They want to provide, they want to protect, and they want to impress you. Not because you force them, but because masculine energy is performance driven. A man wants to feel like the man in your eyes. But when a man constantly feels criticized or like nothing he does is ever enough, or like the woman he's actually with does not admire him, the man slowly shuts down. And women get confused when that happens because they think, oh, he's changed. Oh, he's not trying. He stopped trying. No, most of the time he stopped feeling like he could win with you. And then you also probably you fell into the role of just serving him rather than allowing him the gift of serving you, because they love to serve their women. And masculine energy is deeply connected to winning. Winning your admiration, winning your respect, winning your approval. That's why some men will move mountains for one woman, but barely try with another. And the difference isn't always the woman's beauty. It's how valuable her admiration feels to him. Because admiration from a woman a man respects hits the ego like freaking oxygen. H2O in that hoe. It makes him want to rise. But this is the part. Admiration that's given too freely or without standards loses its power. Because here's the nuance that nobody talks about. The most powerful women understand two things at the same time: how to feed a man's ego and how to remove admiration when it's no longer deserved. And that balance right there, that's actually where feminine power actually lives. Clock that T. Not in controlling men, not in competing with men, but in understanding what activates them. Most women try to correct men through criticism, but masculine energy does not respond to criticism. It responds to respect and admiration. When a man feels like he can win with your admiration, he tries harder. When he feels like nothing he does matters, he stops playing the game. And honestly, this is why so many women struggle in dating, because nobody teaches women how men actually operate emotionally. Women are taught how to chase, how to split bills, how to compete with men, but not how to activate masculine effort and masculine drive and desire. And that is exactly why I created the Provider Magnet. Because once you understand masculine psychology, you stop begging for effort and you naturally inspire it. But before that works, a woman has to reconnect with her own sense of self-worth, her own identity, her own nervous system, and her own feminine energy, her standards, her presence, and that's exactly what the Feminine Reset is about. And both are in my bio if you want to go deeper. Be honest, do men try harder for the women they admire or for the women who admire them? I hope this video helped, and I hope it gave you clarity. And stay tuned for part 2, because in part 2 I'm gonna give you real juicy scenarios and I'm gonna act them out for you guys. And I know you guys love scenarios, so I'm gonna give you real life examples and real life scenarios and what it looks like in action, so you know. I hope this video helped. I hope it gave you clarity. Mwah.